Everybody just jumped back. They couldn't believe it.
When audiences tuned into Little House on the Prairie, they were greeted with warm family values, frontier struggles, and the loving partnership between Charles and Caroline Ingalls. But behind the perfect Prairie facade, Karen Grassle, who played Ma, was hiding a painful truth. For decades, she kept quiet. But now, she's finally revealing the real story, one that shattered the illusion of harmony and revealed a darker side to her co-star, Michael Landon. Karen Grassle wasn't just an actress. She was a classically trained performer with a passion for stagecraft. Born in 1942 in Northern California, she worked her way through prestigious universities and theater programs before finding herself in New York. She lived the artist's life, immersed in Shakespeare festivals, off-Broadway productions, and dramatic television work. But in 1974, everything changed when she was cast as Caroline Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie, a role that would define her career and nearly break her spirit. Karen was overjoyed to work with Michael Landon, who was already a TV icon, from his role on Bonanza, but the dream quickly soured. Landon wasn't just the star, he was also the show's executive producer, writer, and director. And with that power came control. When Karen asked for a raise ahead of season 2, the show's massive success, Landon shut her down, telling her she wasn't as popular as she thought she was. That single moment changed everything. From then on, the warm and fuzzy on-screen chemistry became increasingly hard to fake. Landon reportedly cut her scenes, mocked her appearance in front of the crew, and created a cold, isolating atmosphere. On set, Grassle later wrote in her memoir that she often felt invisible, belittled, and bullied. The tension wasn't just emotional, it was physical, too. Cast members endured brutal filming conditions, wearing thick, heavy costumes in the scorching California sun. One co-star, Allison Arngrim, even fainted from heat exhaustion on her first day. Despite the show's wholesome reputation, the set was filled with silent suffering. Grassle admitted that Landon made crude, demeaning jokes while filming intimate scenes in bed. She described feeling trapped and humiliated, surrounded by cameras, male crew members, and no way out. Yet, she stayed quiet. It was the 1970s, and women were expected to endure. She pushed forward, playing the role of the strong, supportive mother, all while feeling increasingly alone behind the scenes. But Karen's struggles didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. Behind her composed, maternal image was a personal battle with alcoholism. She revealed in her memoir that she began drinking more heavily during the show's run. One moment, just one glass of wine at a cast luncheon, spiraled into obsession. She tried to quit, she failed, and finally, she reached a breaking point. With the help of friends and her own fierce will, she got sober. Her father, also an alcoholic, died from the disease shortly after. That loss only strengthened her resolve to stay clean and reclaim her life. Still, the pain of what she experienced on Little House lingered. In the years after the show, she continued acting, writing, and advocating for women's rights. But it wasn't until her 2021 memoir, Bright Lights, Prairie Dust, that she finally told her full story. In it, she detailed not just Landon's dismissiveness, but also the emotionally corrosive environment that she and others endured. She described his off-color jokes, vulgar language, and the way he publicly mocked her on set. She wasn't alone in her criticisms. Melissa Sue Anderson, who played Mary Ingalls, also described Landon as controlling and often mean-spirited behind the scenes. And Allison Arngrim called the set a boys' club, filled with crude jokes and relentless intensity. Landon was brilliant, yes, but also deeply flawed. He reused old Bonanza storylines, controlled every aspect of production, and refused to let go of power, despite everything. Karen Grassle and Michael Landon reconciled in the years before his death in 1991. She expressed gratitude that they found peace, but her story remains a powerful reminder. Behind the glossy glow of television, there are often silent battles, invisible wounds, and unspoken truths. And for Karen Grassle, breaking her silence wasn't just about the past, it was about healing and finally being heard.